Hey, this is Andy here with Libertarian Revolution. And today I am making my very first response video. And I got mentioned on a podcast or YouTube show or whatever you want to call it that I was not on, which is the first time this has happened to my knowledge. I have been on a handful of podcasts or YouTube shows, but this is the first time that anyone ever mentioned me when I was not on the show. And the show was Breaking the Cycle with Joshua Smith. That's Joshua Smith's show. And the guest on the show was the Pink Flame of Liberty, Caryn and Harlos. Now, let me preface this by saying that I've been aware of and I have met both Joshua Smith and Caryn and Harlos on more than one occasion. It's not like I talk to them on a regular basis or I hang out with them or anything, but I have talked to both of them before, and I've got, I get along with them. I don't dislike them. I generally agree with them, and I've actually voted for both of them on more than one occasion when they were running for the Libertarian National Committee. So it's not like I have any ill will towards either of them. But anyway, here's how my name got brought up in conversation. Shortly into the show, just kind of out of nowhere, Caryn Ann Harlos brings my name up and said that I accused her of being a government plant. Okay. I don't know what she's talking about. She's never even been on my suspect list as being a government plant, so I don't know where she's getting this from. But anyway, she said that I accused her of being a government plant, and, if I'm accusing a bunch of people of being a plant, then I must be a plant. And then, although I don't know if she was serious with that, and then Joshua Smith responded, and he acknowledged that he knows who I am, or he knows me. And, then he says that, he's gotten along with me. He hasn't had any problem with me. I've been friendly towards him. And then he kind of says that, and maybe he was kind of just sort of somewhat joking when he said this, but then he said, oh, he thinks that, half the people in the Libertarian Party are plants. Okay, so let me address this. First of all, I don't think that half the people in the Libertarian Party are plants. That's pretty ridiculous. I mean, if you think that, dues-paying membership is currently somewhere around 24,000 people. So does that mean I think there's like 11,500 or 12,000 people that are government plants? I mean, that's pretty ridiculous. Even if you narrow it down to just the people who are more active, as in who go to meetings, let's say on a regular or semi-regular basis, do I think that half of those people are government plants? No. I do think that there are government plants or people who are affiliated with some other organization that has influence over government. So it may not be government itself, but it could be an organization that is somehow connected to the government or exerts influence over government. But anyway, regardless of that, no, I don't think a majority of the people are plants. I think there are probably some people who are plants, but obviously not the majority, not even half. I mean, that, half I think would be ridiculous. Now, do I think that Caryn Ann Harlos is a plant? No, like I said, she's never even been on my list of suspects. So I went on to Caryn Ann Harlos's YouTube channel, and I went to her most recent video, and this is as of July 30th. Today's July 31st, but this was yesterday, which was July 30th of 2021. And she had a video that was titled, a gift for something. I don't remember the title, but it had the word gift in it. And so I posted some comments there basically asking her, where she came up with this, that I, accused her of being a government plant, because, like I said, she's never even been on my suspect list. So anyway, she claims that like 4 years ago, or maybe over 4 years ago, that I accused her of being a plant on the comment in the website Independent Political Report. which is a news site that covers minor parties and independent candidates. Okay. Well, I did post on Independent Political Report at that time. I do not recall ever, you know, accusing her of being a government plant. Um, if I did, it would have been in jest, but I don't even, and I have a good memory too. So I don't even remember ever saying that. There were, as I mentioned when I was responding to her on the YouTube channel, or in the comments under her one of her YouTube videos, I said that, IPR, that was the site, Independent Political Report, did get hit with a lot of troll attacks. That is, people posting with fake names and IP anonymizers, and trying to stir up trouble, and attacking people and just posting like offensive comments and things of that nature to try to disrupt discussion or to spread propaganda. And I said that maybe this was a troll post, and sometimes the trolls would use the name of a real poster, and then they would kind of false flag them, as in they would post a comment to make it look like somebody said something that they didn't really say. And this has happened on other websites as well. It hasn't just been IPR. But it definitely happened in IPR. I mean, IPR did get hit with a lot of trolls. And so, anyway, maybe I said to her, maybe this was a troll comment. So anyway, I went back and I searched through the IPR archives, and maybe I didn't search long enough, but I could never find this post. So I asked her if she could find it, and she couldn't find the post either. But I did find a post from 2017 where Caryn Harlos was being attacked by a woman named Carol Moore. And I actually defended Caryn Harlos in the comments section. So that was the only post that I could find, was one where I was actually defending Caryn Harlos. And so anyway, I don't know, if she misconstrued something or what, but so I had, within the last few weeks before this incident happened, which was yesterday, sometime within the last few weeks, I had posted some comments under one of her videos where I had reiterated my comments about government plants operating in the Libertarian Party. But I never said that I thought that she was one of them. I just said something, and I think it was about the coup in New Hampshire or something like that, or maybe about some really lame messaging that went out or something. I don't know. And this was just like within the last few weeks. So now, again, in these comments that I posted under one of her YouTube videos a few weeks ago, I said, something to the effect of that there's likely government plants operating within the Libertarian Party. But I didn't say she was one of them. Okay. I never said that. I never said that I thought that she was one of them. So I don't know, again, if she saw this comment and then she read more into it than what was really there. She misconstrued something. And then, or maybe she, combined that comment with some comment that I had said years ago, or something that may have been a troll post from somebody who posted under my name, but it wasn't really me posting. And this did happen. This has happened on multiple websites, these troll posts, and it can be verified by other people. Other people know about it. And so if you've done any posting at all about political stuff online, then you're probably familiar with internet trolls. So maybe it was something said by an internet troll. I don't know. But anyway, okay, so anyway, now Caryn Harlos is saying that she's going to post a retraction. In one of my comments under her videos, I asked if she would put up like a retraction or something, and she said that she's going to do it. So hopefully she does. But anyway, no, like I said, I voted for Caryn Harlos in 2018, and I voted for her in 2020. And if she runs again in 2022, I'm probably going to vote for her again. I think that her and Josh Smith did this party a really great service in their actions surrounding the coup attempt in New Hampshire, and exposing and running Joe Bishop Henchman off the LNC, as well as two other people two other LNC reps who resigned over the New Hampshire coup attempt. And so, if anything, I think Joshua Smith and Caryn Ann Harlos, they both deserve some kind of a reward or something, some kind of a recognition or whatever. So it's not like I'm not really mad at Caryn Ann Harlos. I mean, I wish that if she was going to mention my name, I wish she would have at least been accurate, or maybe like asked me beforehand and maybe cleared up the situation beforehand, rather than going on this podcast and saying that I said something that I don't actually think. Because, like I said, she's never even been, there is a concept of DTA, don't trust anybody. And I do think that there is a certain level of merit to that. But even going with the DTA mentality of don't trust anybody, you can, like, I can have somebody that I don't trust on a 10, like on a scale from 1 to 10, and then somebody I don't trust on like a 1, or maybe like a decimal point or something. And in other words, there would be some people who would be like high probability that you can't trust them, high probability that there's some sort of a bad, malicious actor, and then other people there would be in a category, a low probability that they can't be trusted, or a low probability that they're a malicious actor of some time and some type. And I would put Caryn Ann Harlos in the low category, like very low chance, even going under the most cynical of attitude, the DTA, don't trust anybody. I would put Caryn Ann Harlos, very low probability that she is a malicious actor. And again, I also want to clarify that I don't automatically think that somebody is a plant if I have a disagreement with them. Okay, there is room for disagreement within the Libertarian Party or any other organization. And anytime you're dealing with a large group of people, everybody's not going to agree on everything. Okay. So I would say I mostly agree with Joshua Smith. I mostly agree with Caryn Ann Harlos, but I have some areas, where I can find where I disagree with them, you know. But just because I might have it, and I can find that with anybody. I mean, there probably is no person that I agree with 100% of the time on every detail of everything. I mean, I'm a huge Ron Paul fan. And I could even find something to not very often, but every once in a while, I could even find some reason to disagree with Ron Paul on something, and I probably agree with Ron Paul, 99.99% of the time, So I don't think there's a person around who I'm going to agree with 100% of the time on every detail of everything. So just because I have a disagreement with somebody does not automatically mean that I think the person is a government plant or that there's some sort of a bad actor. I mean, there is room for disagreement. And, I guess it depends on how much I disagree with somebody and how many things I disagree with them on, and gets into, what I think of somebody's ethics and their character and all that stuff. Anyway, okay, so to sum it up here, to Caryn Ann Harlos, no, I do not think that you are a government plant, okay? And to Joshua Smith, while I do think there are some people who are government plants, I don't think it's half the people in the Libertarian Party, okay? So that's pretty ridiculous. And in most of these situations where government plants infiltrate organizations, they're usually not a majority. Now, there are some situations where they are the majority. Look at the what happened recently with this so-called kidnapping plot of the governor of Michigan, Governor Whitmer. What's her name? Gretchen Whitmer, is that her name? Anyway, there was a supposed plot that was like allegedly foiled by the FBI to kidnap the governor, which sounds, so ridiculous. It sounds like something out of a movie, that like some militia. Okay, well, was going to kidnap the governor of a state. Okay, well, it's come out that this so-called militia group was made up a majority of undercover FBI agents. And that they basically found some people that were like dupes that they were trying to set up. and to kind of coax them into doing this, and the FBI can come in and, hey, here we are, we saved the day, we're the FBI, we just foiled this like horrible plot which they created and they tried to coax some dummies into, and then they can make themselves look good, self-aggrandize, and then they can also get the politicians to vote to give them more money and give them more power. And various government agencies like the FBI have been caught doing this multiple times. And so, anyway, do I think the Libertarian Party has something like that, where I think that half the people are government plants? No, I don't. No, I don't. That's ridiculous. Even if it's a situation where there's somebody who I don't think is really a libertarian and they're getting nominated to be on the presidential ticket, like with Gary Johnson and especially Bill Weld, or before that Bob Barr and Wayne Allen Root. Do I think that half the delegates were government plants? No. There likely were some in the mix, but I think some of the people were just people who were being manipulated or duped. Anyway, okay, so one more time to sum it up here. No, I don't think Caryn Ann Harlos is a government plant. I think that's ridiculous. And I do not think that half the people in the Libertarian Party are government plants. That is also ridiculous. I think that if plants exist, which I think they almost certainly do, the percentage is a small number of people. It only takes a small number of people in a few key places to sabotage an organization. So I don't know what the actual percentage would be, but I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's anything like 50%. I think it would have to be a lot lower than that. Okay. Well, anyway, I hope we've cleared this up. And once again, I have no feelings of ill will towards Caryn Ann Harlos or Joshua Smith. They're both great, Libertarian Party activists, and they're both great LNC members. And if they're running in 2024 or 2022, rather 2022, that's the next convention next year in Reno, I will plan to vote for them. Okay. Until next time. Thanks. Bye.